Hey, good morning everyone. Robb here for Southwest Florida Television. Happy Tuesday, and I mean happy. Exclamation point, happy. I am so excited that I am able to be at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park this morning. It's a bit breezy out there, rough and windy. You can see the flag blowing. Got the yellow caution flag up this morning. 76 degrees out here, 77 maybe, but beautiful. I'm down at the very south end of the park, right by the ranger station. The ranger station is actually just behind me, the main gate, right back there. This is the first boardwalk onto the beach. No parking here. This is for people that walk into the park. It's going to be noisy out there with all the wind, but who cares? We're at our favorite place, Delnor-Wiggins. Excited to see the beach here. Man, did we have a lot of rain last night. We had a deluge, a downpour last night. Thunder and lightning. And we wound up having an incredibly beautiful sunset. Also a big rainbow. Well-needed rain. Look at the waves out there this morning. Look at those waves. Unfortunately, probably a little rough to be seeing a dolphin. A little bit on the rough side to be seeing a dolphin. But maybe we'll find something interesting washed up on the beach. Here comes somebody walking up the beach, ignoring the signs, the do not enter signs, just crossing over into Delnor-Wiggins. That's looking south. That's where I'd normally be earlier in the morning, down on Vanderbilt Beach. But since I can't work today, since my car is in the shop, kind of an unexpected surprise, unexpected expense, I was able to come out and do a beach walk a little later this morning, come to the park. So there was a bright side to that story. Let's walk up the beach. You know, people call Disney World their favorite place on earth. Now, this is my favorite place on earth right here. Kind of hoping it would be a little calmer out here. So we could see the marine life, all the fish in the water here, but I'll still take it. Lots of serotonin in the air, lots of serotonin this morning with these waves. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some interesting shells along the beach. Keep an eye open for them here. When I was watching the news this morning, they were discussing possibly starting hurricane season a month earlier next year, since we already have a storm out there that developed 2 weeks before the official start of hurricane season. There's a nice little piece of coral down here. Nice little piece of coral. think we'll walk all the way up to the pass. If my connection allows for it this morning, we'll take a walk up to Wiggins Pass. See what's going on up there. Not many people here this morning. One of our sea turtle nests over there. Looks like nest number 2 over there. No idea how many nests are on the beach. There's nest number 2. One of the people that just walked up from Vanderbilt Beach here. No regard for the signs. Seeing quite a few little fighting conchs. Some nice little fighting conch shells. There's a nice one there. The Florida fighting conch. Beautiful shells. Very common. I always say this is probably one of the most collected seashells here in Southwest Florida. The Florida fighting conch. Just such a beautiful shell and so prolific. I'm pretty sure everybody that comes to our beaches for the first time winds up taking a few of these home in their suitcase. These things are probably all over the world. Our Florida fighting conchs. Whenever you pick up a seashell like this on the beach, always look inside. Make sure there's nothing inside, no living animal inside before you take it home. It might not be a fighting conch. It could be a hermit crab in there. Who knows? One time, Roy and I found one of these that had a little baby octopus in it. That's kind of neat. If you do a little search through my videos, probably use keyword octopus, you might find that in here. That in amongst my collection of videos on Facebook and on YouTube. See that little octopus? It actually bit Roy. Gave him a good little bite. Beautiful shells, those Florida fighting conchs. Look at those waves. And that sky, absolutely gorgeous out here this morning. Absolutely beautiful. Sorry about the wind noise. Over here to my right, this is the boardwalk, the first boardwalk in parking lot 1, area 1. If you pull into the first parking lot at the south end, there is a nice boardwalk that takes you out to the beach. A nice little ramp. Bathhouse. There's a bathhouse just over to the left with showers just down the boardwalk. Nice little bench to sit on. If you have trouble walking on the beach or getting to the beach, there's a nice little bench here. You can see the parking lot's right there. It's just a short stroll. They make sure everyone can enjoy this beach here at Delnor-Wiggins. Some beautiful views at sunset here. Beautiful views at sunset. Look at that. sea oats blowing in the breeze. This is one of the newest boardwalks and ramps here. It's made out of a composite. A lot of it's made out of a composite material, not wood. So it's going to be around a long time. Pretty expensive, actually. But there's that view that you'll get as you first step out to the end of the boardwalk. Now let's continue our walk up the beach. There's about a mile of beachfront here at Delnor-Wiggins. I'm not going to say beach. There are some areas where the beach, unfortunately, has kind of disappeared, but it's beachfront. Something you see here. It's called fill a bag, but we have buckets instead of bags. Feel free to grab a bucket while you're taking your walk and pick up any trash that you see on the beach. Do your part to keep our beaches beautiful. Great idea. A lot of spray in the air. I can see the sea spray in the air up to the north. Just sucking in all the serotonin here. All that serotonin making me happy. I hope you're happy being here with me this morning. I see we got a few folks watching, a couple new people. If this is your first time joining us for a beach walk, please don't be shy. Introduce yourself to the group. Let everyone know where you're watching from. Feel free to jump into any of the conversations that you might see going on. Feel free to start up your own conversation. The only thing I ask is that we don't talk about politics. And I really ask that we don't see silly comments about, oh, we should have the right to walk on the beach anytime we want. I mean, that's getting kind of old. This isn't the place for those comments. There's plenty of places where you can make those comments. Other sites. Yeah, the rules are put in place for your own safety, so abide by them. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Another turtle nest up here in front of me. Over on the right. Let's see what number that is. Boy, very quiet here. Not many people out here this morning. Nice, very nice. I wonder if the place is going to fill up today. I wonder if they're going to hit their 50% and close the gates. Well, that looks like nest number 1 over there, nest number 1. So we saw nest number 2 a little earlier. There's loggerhead sea turtle nest number 1. Which brings me to the... Hey, good morning. How are you doing today? Good morning, good morning. Nice to see some familiar faces out here. But sea turtles, our nesting sea turtles. Please, don't forget about our nesting sea turtles when you come to the beach in Florida. Not just here, but all around Florida. If you dig any holes, please fill them in. Do not leave any open holes on the beach when you leave. Have all the fun you want, digging holes, burying yourself in the sand, but please don't leave any open holes on the beach that our nesting female loggerheads could get stuck in as they're crawling ashore. But more importantly, as the hatchlings begin to arrive, if they get stuck in those holes, that is a death sentence for them. They become easy prey for raccoons and birds. So please, please, please fill in any holes that you dig on the beach or that you see on the beach. Be a good Samaritan and fill it in. Absolutely gorgeous this morning. We are up at the north end of Area 2 now, the north end of Area 2 at Delnor-Wiggins. This would be at the north end of parking lot 2. Another nice little ramp here to get you to the beach, a nice little ramp. This is a wooden ramp, a wooden boardwalk. One of the older boardwalks, but it has been maintained. Nice access to the beach here if you have trouble walking. They actually have beach wheelchairs here, beach wheelchairs. Just need to let them know at the front gate that you need one, and one of our friendly rangers will get you all set up. And you can roll. You'll need somebody to push you. You'll definitely need someone to push you in that wheelchair, but get one of those wheelchairs and you can go right out onto the beach. I think they still have those available. I don't know with the COVID-19 if they're available right now, but ask at the ranger station, or better yet, call before you come. Beautiful view looking down that ramp, isn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful look at our beach. That is a great little screenshot there. Looks like somebody, one of our friends, is celebrating a birthday today. Can't see who it is. But please welcome. I wish them a happy birthday. The wind is kind of coming up from behind me now. Coming from the southwest, it feels like. Maybe the southwest. No ospreys up here. A lot of times we would see an osprey in this tree. That was one of the favorite perching places for one of our ospreys, right up on this branch up in here. Some of our friends here, Mike and Maria, looking for their shark's teeth. Good morning, how you guys doing? Yeah, just with the park opening at 8 o'clock, it's just too hard to get in for me. Yeah, it's too late for me. I got to get off to work, but my car broke down, so I kind of got the day off. How's the shark tooth hunting going? Good? I figured with... How about these waves today? Are they...
We have only found one small one.
Only one small one today?
The wave is real tough.
I see Linda's starting to pick some up. Our friend Linda, Scott and Linda. She's getting a collection now. She finally got the eye for it.
Good.
Yep, and her collection's expanding every day. She comes to the beach now, she finds some. So she's doing 24 you found in one day? Doesn't matter. That's one thing where the size doesn't matter. You know, a shark's tooth is a shark's tooth. All right, guys. Yep. Wow. They found 24 shark's teeth here on at Delnor-Wiggins one morning. That's a lot. Usually, you know, half a dozen or so is good for this beach. But 24 in one day. That's pretty amazing. Boy, it feels so good to be here. Feels like home. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be here tomorrow or for a while again unless I come get lucky and can make it in the evenings once in a while if they don't fill up. That's the only chance I really have to get out here to the park. Otherwise, we'll have to settle for Vanderbilt Beach in the morning. It's still a beach, but just it's not my Delnor-Wiggins. I would have thought I'd have found some kind of interesting shells by now, but nothing really exciting. All the usual stuff. Jewel box shell. Here's half of a jewel box shell. This one's a little faded. They're usually pink inside. This has a little pink around the edges. The jewel box. Half a jewel box. Another common shell. And of course our little slipper shell. The slipper shell is another common shell on our beach, the flat. All different colors. Very smooth on the outside. You flip it over. That's why they call it a slipper shell. It looks kind of like a little slipper there if you use your imagination. That little chamber there, the little slipper shell. You'll find these in all different sizes and color patterns. Neat little shells. What else is down here? Oh, let's see. Looking for a little kitten paw. A little kitten paw shell. Don't see one of those. Those are kind of fun. The Mossy Arc Shells. This is a Mossy Arc. Another common shell, the Mossy Arc. Over here, a little turkey wing. A little turkey wing shell. Can you see why they would call that a turkey wing? The turkey wing shell. A lot of people get the Mossy Arcs and turkey wings mixed up. You can see they look very similar from the underneath. But that is a turkey wing. You can see by the stripes. It looks like feathers. The turkey wing. Yeah, just keep making our way north here. See what else we come across on this beautiful Tuesday morning in North Naples, Florida. Hey, hit that share button. Invite your friends to join us. again, if you're just tuning in here, please don't be shy. Introduce yourself to the group. Let everyone know where you're watching from. Don't be bashful. Join our beach family. Now we are at the north end of Area 3, which would be at the north end of parking lot 3, over by what we have nicknamed the Skybox, another boardwalk from the parking lot. This one's kind of interesting. We call it the Skybox just because it's a little elevated there at the end. It got the name the Skybox. But one of the neat things is there's a nice little bench at the end right here where you can sit, take in the sunsets. Picnic tables scattered all throughout the park. Picnic tables and grills. Charcoal grills. Bring your own charcoal. Please pick up your trash afterwards. Clean your grill. Make sure the fire's out when you leave. But lots of picnic tables scattered throughout the park, just off the beach. But there's the Skybox. Can you imagine the view at sunset, sitting here in the Skybox? Hey, there's our friend Kevin walking out on the beach there. Kevin Nestor making his way up there to the north. He hasn't looked over here in the white sweatshirt. A recent transplant from up north. One of our friends that was following along and made the decision to move down here to Naples. The view from up in the Skybox. Isn't that beautiful? That's looking to the northwest. Get back down on the beach, back to the wind and the waves. Over here, you'll see this vine creeping out onto the beach in places. No flowers on it right now. This is called railroad vine. And it gets beautiful, beautiful purple flowers on them. They kind of look like morning glories. And they do open up in the morning when they do have the flowers. Kind of wither up as the day goes on. Railroad vine. There's a look down to the south. Not seeing any of our ospreys up in the pines this morning. Haven't seen an osprey yet this morning. But the walk is still early. We still got a ways to go here. Haven't seen any dolphins. They're out there swimming around somewhere. It's a little rough, a little hard to see them out there. Who knows, maybe we'll catch one up by the pass. Stick with me here. Another sea turtle nest over there. There goes a pelican flying by. Soaring by. Nest number 3. There's nest number 3 over there. So we know there's 3 nests here for sure. See if there's a number 4 up the beach. Over here is another, a big clump of that railroad vine here on the beach. This is so beautiful when it blooms. If you go through my pictures, you'll find quite a few photos of the blooming railroad vine with its beautiful purple flowers on the beach. I don't know when it gets its flowers. I don't know what time of year. But there's some of the railroad vine creeping out onto the beach. And another sea turtle nest over here on the left. Another nest over to my left here. This looks relatively new. You kind of still see some crawl tracks. Nest number 4. There's nest number 4. All right, nest number 4. Sweet. The other day we saw number 34 on Vanderbilt Beach. That's number 34. I believe what we're seeing, those numbers at Vanderbilt are for Collier County beaches, the totals. There's not 34 nests on Vanderbilt Beach. But those girls are coming ashore and dropping their eggs. That's a good thing. We're anticipating a good nesting season this year. Let's hope we don't get any nasty hurricanes or anything to upset that. See the erosion that's been taking place here. It's almost kind of stair-stepped here at the beach, here and over here. This is the south end of Area 4 beach. There's Roy's Beach up there by the pine trees, over here on the right. That will forever be Roy's Beach, no matter what. That's how I will remember the north end of Area 4. Now we're going to make our way back. Once we get up to the end of the park here, we're going to turn around and walk back. So we're not even halfway through with our morning live feed. Battery on my phone permitting, of course. I might actually start a new live feed for the walk back. I have 2 live feeds. One going north and one going south. Because one day I was doing a long feed and it just cut out on me. It just stopped. So I don't want to lose my videos. We'll see what happens. Here you can see the erosion that's taking place, that has taken place in Area 4 by the volleyball net. That's a steep climb for a sea turtle, but believe it or not, these females can make it up that steep incline. I've seen that with my own 2 eyes. I've seen the tracks where they've climbed up these embankments. Pretty impressive. They're like bulldozers. Those familiar pine trees of Area 4. There they are. Two little white ibises there. Two of our little white ibis friends. They don't seem to be intimidated by the waves at all. However, I have seen them get knocked on their butts by the waves. Love watching our birds on the beach. They got beautiful black tips on their wings when they open them up, on the underneath side of their wings. Beautiful to see in flight. The white ibises. You can see the black feathers there. Interesting, the younger, the juveniles, are almost black. Then they turn white as they get older. They're a dark brownish color, almost black, the juveniles, and then they turn white. The white ibises. A very common sight in Southwest Florida, not only at the beach, but along lakes, out in your front yard, backyard, eating the grubs. Great for insect control. I don't see any heads popping out of the osprey nest over there and pines there. I don't see any little heads sticking up. I don't know how that's working out here since I've not been out here for what seems like ages. There is an osprey nest right up in there. And they come and go. Get you a look at the nest here. The empty, what looks like an empty nest. Ooh! Look at this. A Venus sunray. A Venus sunray shell. Look at that. The whole shell there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I believe that's a type of clam. There's a whole shell. I'm going to leave it here for somebody to add to their collection. Very nice. Very, very nice. The sunlight on it there with the water. Cool. I'll leave that up here on the beach for someone else to add to their collection if they don't have one already. I was making my way closer to the osprey nest here. Try to get you a closer look at it, even though it's empty. For those of you that have never seen an osprey nest, probably some of you don't even know what an osprey is. Give it a Google. Ospreys. Beautiful birds. Kind of look like eagles. A lot of people mistake them for bald eagles, but they are not. But there's the nest up here in the center of the screen. If you look close, there is an osprey nest. Nobody home. No, I don't think anybody's home. I see something white sticking up there in the middle of the nest. I can't tell what it is here. But I don't think it's an osprey. But you'll see these nests out on markers in boat channels. You'll see the nests. You'll see the nests on top of light poles here. Any high vantage point, usually around the water. You see them by golf courses. A quick little walk over to our friend Roy's bench over here, Audrey's bench as we've come to know it in Area 4. This is the north end of Area 4. Roy really likes this part of the beach because you can see how close it is to the parking lot. There's the parking lot right out there, but here's the bench Roy had put in the park, placed in the park in memory of his late wife, Audrey. Dearest Audrey, you will always be with us, will always be loved. God bless her. She is definitely following Roy, watching over him everywhere he goes. Thank you, Audrey. But Roy wrote this little poem here for their wedding day. A time of love, a time of prayer, a time to tell we really care. A time to dance, a time to sing, a time to hear the heavens ring, a time to leave the outworn way, a blessed time, a newborn day, a time for comradeship and friends, a time that never ends. How true, a time that never ends. Amen. Well, let's continue our trek up the beach. I'm just gonna hush up here for a few minutes as we walk along by the water. Let you enjoy the sounds of Mother Nature, the wind blowing, the waves crashing on the beach. As we cross from Area 4 into Area 5 at Delnor-Wiggins State Park in North Naples, Florida. Here's a piece of a moon shell, a shark eye, a moon shell. See the eye right there by my thumb. An old moon shell, cat's eye, also shark eye, several nicknames for it, the moon shell. That would have been a beautiful find, nice pattern on it. Earlier I was looking for a kitten's paw. They're usually all over the place, the kitten paws. I haven't been shelling in quite a while. Might need to retrain my eyes. Beautiful little scallop shell. Gorgeous scallop shell. A little cockle shell. Oops. Windy. Looks like it might be a spiny cockle. The spines might just wore off there. A little cockle shell. Where's a little kitten paw? When I show it to you, you're gonna understand why they call it a kitten paw. Here's a nice big slipper shell. Nice big slipper shell. Flip it over. Kind of looks like a little slipper. A slipper shell, very common here. Come on, where's the kitten paw? They're usually all over the place, those kitten paws. An old, kind of worn fighting conch shell. We saw a really nice one earlier this morning, a beautiful fighting conch. Here's an older one, kind of worn down. All the points are kind of smooth over. Here, kitty, 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 where are you? Normally there'd be 20 kitten paw shells right here, piled up. I mean, I know I'm going blind here in my old age. There's a piece of an old oyster shell. It looks like a kitten paw, but it's an old piece of an old oyster shell. Piece of a little... What the heck? That is an interesting... That is a broken cockle. A very interesting looking piece. Very interesting little cockle shell. Very interesting. I don't know what that is there. Might be the... That is interesting looking. Wow. Normally those kitten paws would be everywhere. Getting frustrated. Here's a neat little jewel box shell. A little spiny jewel box shell. Look at that one. With the little horns. That's a nice little jewel box there. Piece of seaweed. That is a nice little jewel box. Spiny jewel box. Usually they're pink inside. Yeah, kind of faded out. That's a nice little one there. I'm gonna keep that one. Our treasures, our little beach treasures, come in all sizes. Sometimes there's some really interesting little tiny baby shells that you can find here. Well, not sometimes, all the time. There's always something interesting here, always something interesting to find. You just gotta take the time to look for it. Let's keep walking here, heading to the north. Maybe there'll be more shells up at the pass, up at the end. Boy, gorgeous. Those waves, man. They were really big, huge waves yesterday. Just to the south of us, down in the city of Naples, they had over 60-mile-an-hour winds last night as the storms came on shore. Some really ferocious lightning, wind, rain. Took a couple hours for it to blow through the area. It did bring some well-needed rain out to Golden Gate, to those fires, which are still continuing to burn, unfortunately. Hey, I see I got 700 stars there this morning. Thank you. I get Just in case you're wondering, I get 1 penny for each star. Thank you. So there's $7. Thank you very much. All of you guys that are supporters, thank you. Thank you, you folks that are regular monthly supporters of my Southwest Florida television page here. Thank you so much. Those of you that send the stars during my live feeds, thank you, thank you, thank you. And those of you that use my PayPal account and send me a little tip now and then, thank you so very much for that. That is really appreciated. That little bit of extra money goes a long way. Especially now with my car being in the shop. That was a very unexpected surprise. So if you enjoy what you see and you want to send a little thank you, there's a link to my PayPal in the description of this post, and it's always appreciated. If you come up here to the north end of the park, you are always going to see these red warning flags, always, because there's no swimming allowed up at the north end of the park, up in Area 5 by Wiggins Pass. Dangerous currents. Dangerous currents. There's both red flags. Water closed to public. You'll see both of the red flags always flying up at the north end. This is for fishing only. Fishing only up at the north end of the park. No swimming. And just by the way, no fishing to the south of these flags. That's a no fishing area. Just swimming. So swimmers to the south, fishermen to the north. Sounds like the beginning of a song. Swimmers to the south, fishermen to the north. Here I am. No osprey up there. Oh, a month ago or so when we used to come here for our sunrise walks, we'd see an osprey sitting up there a lot of times. A lot of times. A little too rough to walk around the tree there. A little too rough. We are up in Area 5. We have made it up to Area 5 beach. This end of the park has taken a beating from storms, high tides, extreme high tides, high winds, high waves, tropical storms, hurricanes. The beach used to extend way out, much farther out. There used to be trees, all these fallen trees. They used to overhang the water and make a little canopy you could walk under. These are what's left of sea grape trees, the dead trees. But at low tide, there's times where that water, we can walk way out over in here, way out here at low tide. It's all sandbar out there, but not today, not today. These waves. Still beautiful though. An interesting view. We'll take the back way up to the pass. We'll take the trail, the nature trail. Whoa! Helicopter just zoomed overhead here. I don't know what. It looked like some kind of military chopper or something. It was a gray color. Gray hues. Let me see if I can get out here onto the beach. Oh yeah, we can make it around here. Awesome. I love watching the waves crashing over the dead trees here. I'm going to end this live feed and I'm going to start another live feed. Part 2 of my morning beach walk. My Tuesday morning beach walk at Delnor-Wiggins. And I will continue the journey around the bend here and up to Wiggins Pass. So stay tuned. I will be back in a little while. There's our friend Kevin. See if he found anything good here. Hey, Kevin. I know. Did you find something good? Anything? Oh, the tulip shell. Nice little tulip. Nice big moon shell. Nice. Nice, man. Worm shell. The usual stuff. It's beautiful. There you go. It is gorgeous. It's a real treat to be out here today. All right, Kevin. All right. So as I was saying, I'm going to bring this live feed to an end and start a second live feed, a part 2, and we'll continue our journey up here around the bend and see what's going on up at Wiggins Pass. So check back in a few minutes. Hey, if I don't see you again today, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Tuesday. And thank you again for the stars and your support. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.